now I'm not back in trucking per se, like with big trucks, but you guys recognize this picture? Flying J, Danny's. So yeah, this is a Calgary's Flying J, one of the two. So these poor people are sleeping here in their no trailers, and the pumps over there. And this is the first time since, I'm guessing, August 22 when I have pilot's coffee, because so as you can see, I'm driving a Freightliner, and I just did 2 deliveries, of course, 1 per customer, 2 scissor lifts, and then I'm doing 2 pickups, all in different spots of Calgary, but pretty much mostly south. So dropped 1, then drove to another location, dropped the second one, then drove to 3rd location, picked up a scissor lift, and this one is well, they all depend. Like, I learned a lot about the characteristics of these. Basically, the first number is how high it can go in feet. Like some models it says 20 feet by 36, which is width. So they need to know how wide the machine is, to get it through the door. Quite often, like a small door somewhere in a shop, right? Or whenever these guys are working. Like, most often it's electricians, drywall guys, mechanical services, somebody's fixing air conditioning guys, right? That's who uses these scissor lifts most often. So they need to know how wide they are and how high they can go. And of course, the higher it can go, the heavier they are, because they need to be more stable, right? And so it's funny that, yeah, this is probably, I don't know, so August, almost 2 years, I never had this coffee. And actually, so now my first pickup was right around the corner from this Flying J, and I passed it on the way in. I thought, oh, cool, I'm gonna stop by here for a few minutes and just use the washroom and grab coffee. And of course, their small cup, it's the same as a large cup in a regular coffee shop, but the problem is, they still, and yeah, the good news is that they still have those beans to cup coffee. I like that one because it's always, tastes better than regular brewed coffee, right? So I go there and I'm okay. I already had 1 Starbucks coffee, so I don't want to have a large or medium, because their large is like a bucket, right? And so I punch in S for small, and then they have like Colombian. It's organic, organic coffee, so pretty good. So I punch that one, and I wait, and then the screen changes and it says, please make your selection of the cup size. So basically it's back to screen 1. So I tried that a couple more times. Each time after I choose the cup size, it quits on me. And so I asked the counter guy in there, I said, hey, does your machine work? And he says, you're wearing a reflective vest, step away from the screen. I'm like, what? I'm not joking. And the guy comes over and he says, we don't know what it is, but if you stand right in front of that screen and you have a reflective vest, it's not gonna work. He says, step aside and then make a selection like this. And I said, you kidding, right? He says, no. He says, you see, I'm wearing a reflective vest as well. He says, it's not gonna work for me. And so I step aside, and sure enough, then it allows me to proceed after cup size and type of coffee. It allows me to proceed to the next screen, which is, do you need to leave room for cream? And yes, no. And I look at it like, I don't remember all these screens. And the guy says, are you taking cream? I said, no. So he says, well, then click no room. I click that one, and finally coffee starts pouring, and I get my morning snack. I got vegetable samosa. So now I'm gonna have a quick snack and then proceed to pickup number 2, and then return to LaGuardia. That's the PTO switch at the bottom there. So this way it's it's off, and this way it's on. And because it's an automatic transmission, I don't have to press the clutch like on my K-Whopper. You know, you just make sure you drop the suspension, and then you turn this, and then you activate your you know, high idle. So these are all my chains and binders, and so now I'm ready to pick up a small skid steer. Just waiting for the guy to open that garage door. That's where this tiny baby skid steer is. And so these are my controls. So it's all self-explanatory. So this is the winch. See, this way to the truck, this way release, but this is the bed goes this way if you push it down, and this way is like horizontal movement, and then this is tilt. And last but not least is this is the tailgate. So if I want to go down, I push it up. See, up is this way for some reason, and I use it when I loaded the dock. If I loaded the dock, you know, and I have to move the bed backwards, and I just put this down for extra support. And it looks like this hydraulic bed was made by NRC in US. So pretty nifty truck. And they sprayed some rubber compound on the deck to make it less slippery. It's kind of like similar to what they use on pickup trucks. And the way we do it, there's no D-rings, so we always just hook up the chain into these slots. You know, like all chains have only one hook. The back is empty, no hook, so I just put it like this. You know, and that's it, and then just hook up a binder through the machine. So it's really, you know, quick and easy. And that's it. I drove the machine backwards because that's how they want me to load it, because they're afraid of the rocks. And the guy here, he did some work. He was cleaning the yard. He said it worked very well, except when it was muddy, because it's a wheeled machine, it was sinking into mud and snow. So he says next time he might rent a tracked machine.